Hello everyone, it is Susan here. So I have been painting some tulips. I have painted them on different size paper. I do plan to put these on cards. I want to make some cards for some people at church. So I like these. What I found was that I really like the longer, narrower shape the best. Now this one, I mean, I can certainly cut down and make it narrower, no problem there. I could even do it with this one. I'm gonna go ahead and move these to this side, and we're gonna go ahead and paint one together. What I want to show you is, you might have seen my video on how I break down an arches pad of watercolor paper. And when I do that, I end up with all different sizes, right? So what I did for this purpose, to do more tulips, is I took a sheet that was this size, which is 10 by 7, so 7 by 10, and I tore that down into 4 different little individual pieces of arches watercolor paper. They are about 2 3/4 by about 5 inches. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and move a bunch to the side and go ahead and grab my paintbrush, my water, and my paper towel. And now I'm using a big brush. This is a size 12. It is definitely big. If it ends up being too big, I might switch, but I bet you, yeah, that's also a 12, just a different brand. I don't know. I might end up going to a size 10, but we'll see. I want to give the bigger brush a try. So I did multiple colors, as you saw already. So what color should I do now? Let me see. You know what? I think I'm going to do another yellow because I really like that. So the paint that I'm using is Daniel Smith. And yeah, so this yellow is called Cadmium Yellow Medium. And I have a good amount on my brush, and I'm just going to go for it. Now, there's a really good chance that this brush is too big, and there's a really good chance I might have too much water on this brush, but I'm going to go for it, right? Why the heck not? So let's see. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm just going to put one tulip on here. Sorry, I'm not talking because I'm thinking. Isn't that funny? All right. Just want to get it the right shape. Okay, I like that shape. I'll go ahead and I'll put like this third petal up here. My brush is really wet, let me tell you. This little area up here is like one little puddle. All right, so I like that. It's a fairly long tulip, but that's okay. Hey, tulips are every shape, right? But I do want to pull in a little bit of a darker color so that so there's some depth to this flower. And I am going to use yellow ochre. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some yellow ochre, and I'm just going to put it down here. See if it's I think it's too wet. I think my brush is too wet. You know what? Let me see. I need to get, I think, a lot on there. You know, sometimes, you know, watching the paint react with paint is one of my favorite things to do, but sometimes it doesn't react like I want it to. So, you know, I'm going to try actually a different color, which is nickel azo yellow. And I want to see if it's going to react a little bit better. This is a puddle of water down here. It is just a puddle. Yeah, it's pretty wet. So I think that might be my issue. So I think I do have to go to a smaller brush. And now see up here, it's reacting pretty well. That was my fault. Let me hold this up. You can see it is now reacting. So the deeper color is definitely reacting with the lighter yellow. And I like that, so I'm going to leave that. What I'm going to do is, I mean, I could paint the stem with this, but I'm going to switch right now and go to the size 10. And I'm going to grab a little bit of olive, right? That's the shade olive. And I need a little wetter. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my petals. I want to make sure I have a good amount of paint on the brush, and they are long and narrow petals. And I'm going to go, I don't know if you hear my son, he's playing some game on the computer with somebody from somewhere. I don't know. He plays games with like people in China and everything. And here I am in New Jersey, right? So you know what? I like that. So what did that take? That took a few minutes, right? Easy peasy. I'm going to go ahead and set that to the side to dry. And let's do another one together. All right, what color? Let's do a red tulip. Gosh, I have permanent red deep, which is just gorgeous. It's such a beautiful red. It was actually a really great red to use for Christmas. Yeah, so it's like a Christmas red is what, what I would call it. All right, so this is a smaller brush now, and let's see if I can get a little bit better shape that I would like to. So start narrow, go full, right? Let me get a little bit more paint on my brush. And then we're going to go ahead and do that. And then we'll go ahead and we'll get that third petal back in there. All right, nice. All right, so now in order for me to make it this darker, so this is definitely a smaller tulip for sure. It's definitely small, but it's gorgeous. So I do want to get a little bit of a deeper color in there, and that's to me a little bit hard with red. I'm gonna put a little bit of moon glow in here. So moon glow is, it's like a really deep purplish blackish color. I know it's quite beautiful. It's quite beautiful. So I'm just going to kind of get a little bit of color. And again, I don't know what it is when I do that little third petal up on top. Oh my gosh, it's like I make like a little pool. Oh, look at that. I'm going to hold this up. Look at how that moon glow is working. It's just blending beautifully with that red. So I'm just going to let that be and do its thing. Now, instead of bringing the stem all the way down, because this is so small, this tulip, I'm going to keep the stem a little bit shorter. I could go long because tulips do have long stems, but I just kind of, I don't know, I'm feeling like I need to keep it a little bit shorter. In this case, I think I'm going to go with rich green gold. And I'll do the stem and the leaves in that color. Okay, I think that that right there looks good. I think it looks like it's the right dimensions, right? It's the right scale. Actually, I like this very much. I like it not being at the bottom. All right, we'll go ahead and get one on there. One leaf and then the other. How beautiful is that? Oh my gosh. So I'm just gonna hold that up and easy peasy, it takes minutes. I'm gonna just keep going here. So I'm still using my size 10 round brush. And for this one, I think I'm going to use my Daniel Smith Quinacridone Magenta. And let's go ahead. And I want to do a little bit bigger tulip than what I've been doing. So I'm going to see if I can get this the right size that I'm looking for. Such a beautiful deep color. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. All right. Now on this one, so what I've been trying to do on my tulips is to, you know, put a secondary color in there so that it blends, and I don't know if I'm going to do that with this color because it's really quite gorgeous. That very, very deep magenta is super pretty. I think I'm going to leave this one as is. And the green that I'm going to use for the stem and the leaves is undersea green. And long and skinny and long, right? I'm pushing down as I get down to the bottom. And that's it. We just painted a tulip. Now what I could do, and you know what I think I'm going to do on this one, because now to me it looks like the tulip is too big for the stem. So with tulips, one thing that you'll notice, I am going to go a little bit more. One thing that you'll notice with a tulip is that they can have, you know, more than one leaf. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to put another set of leaves. Oh, I like that. Super pretty. Do I sound surprised? I don't know. I love to paint watercolor flowers. I love it so much. Yeah, I think that I like this very, very, very much. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that one. All right. How about we do a purple? Let's do a purple. I think I'm going to use Amethyst Genuine, which is one of the Primatech colors in Daniel Smith, and it has such a beautiful shimmer to it. It's amazing, this color, and it is a fairly deep color, but it dries a lot lighter than this. So, you know, let me just get a little bit more. And we'll go ahead. And as I get closer to the bottom, I'm pushing down, right? Let's just clean up the bottom there. And that is good. We'll get the third little petal on there. And let's go ahead and do a stem. I mean, this is so easy peasy. It is so easy peasy. I mean, it takes minutes, less than 5 minutes to do this. And you know what? Putting this on a card to give someone, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, you know, and they're going to love it, right? And yet, it's easy. All right. So there we go. That is our Amethyst Genuine. Beautiful purple. And now I want to just bring together all of the tulip paintings that I worked on in this session. And I think one of my favorite things is just all the different colors. You know, with tulips, I mean, I don't know if there's a color you can't use, right? I mean, they're so diverse. It's just amazing. So bringing them all together just really shows me just how, you know, pretty they look as a grouping. So what that tells me, you know, it's going to come next, right? It's going to be a bigger painting with multiple tulips on it. And I, you know, look forward to doing that. This one I'm saying that, you know, I might cut this down because I think, I don't know, to me, like there was just too much left, white space above that tulip. I don't know. But I hope you enjoyed. Please go ahead and subscribe and follow me over on Instagram. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.